Got us his neck first up versus Telltale. Getting to go first without dampening. Been a while since you've seen it. Charging past the Shadow Fury. Neck having to see if he can slow it down here a little. I guess he can really respond to the Warrior with a big old blade. So I'm dropping down the banner before the seconds can really stop him. Stun, Mortical, all these things are slow down. All these things are not as effective thanks to the banner. Trinket out for Neck, trying to see if he can get the pressure on Telltale could go technical for Shadow Meld if he wanted to, right? Backing up out of there. I think he just doesn't want to sit next to the pet. Or next to the Infernal, maybe can even slay the Infernal and a Succubus, take those two factors out of Neck's whole repertoire, does end up burning down a Dark back for a defensive, and Outlaw trying to see if he can take down this pet, pulling the Succubus back, but the Infernal is unruly, he doesn't listen to the Warlock, does end up slaying it, might have actually picked himself up a little bit of health too. If he goes in and times a Reflect at a right time versus a Mortal Coil, he might be in a great spot. He needs to be very, very aware of the Succubus. Does catch him, put him right in the corner. Does give Neck an opportunity here with a Mortal Coil. Chaos Bolt. Trinkets last second with a Reflect. Trying to see if he can reflect the damage back to Neck. Does end up stunning the pet as well as the Warlock is going to go for Blade Storm. Neck backing up out of there. Tal having to pick up his soul unless he chooses not to. He might have to Chaos Bolt one, trying to see if he can avoid it. Bolt does a bit of damage. They did end up kind of adjusting Warlocks recently though. So they're doing a little bit more of that sustained damage, but a little bit slightly less of that instant cast and burst damage with the Chaos Bolts or Shadow, what is it called? Oh, he killed the Succubus, the Shadow Burns. I think they executed one. So into a Shadow Fury, doesn't quite connect, into an interim, might have to go wall for this, and Neck looking to back the hell out of it, does go back to the start with a slow to Tell, have himself a charge, Mortal Coil sent in, Chaos Bolts to follow. Tell is feeling actually pretty healthy. That's going to be a Reflect up as Neck just rushes into the gate group, but Tell charges right over the guy, puts him into the what is it, the corner of the tombstone? Is that where his body ended up in? Yeah, it does end up leaving him there. Is it up next? Is it Saya? No, Donna's. Donna's is up next. Got himself full wreck. Wake of Ashes. Does play into the normal wings, not the Crusade wings. Stunned by Tell. Needs to be a little bit careful with the wings. That is a minute-long wings. So as long as, or minute CD wings. So as long as he has some kind of an ability to counter wings, he'll be okay. If it was a Crusade, I feel like he'll be able to easily avoid it. Big parry, big defensives, use everything to deny the Paladin the damage, but with the minute wings, you do have a little bit more consistency. Parry out for Tell really early on, got himself a breaker, maybe can get himself a little bit of damage. I don't think he has himself much more right now. Avatar is available, having to play very, very careful around the Shield of Vengeance. Might need to reflect for this one. Or just back it up out, let the dots rot it down. If you can reflect a Hodge back at Donis, you might be okay. Doesn't have to worry about it. Banner is down. Stun does not last long at all. They got himself battle stance, maybe an opportunity to make some kind of a play. Donis might be looking at a bubble right now. Does go for the War Stomp, maybe a Shatter. Does go for Shatter, does not want to leave Donis an opportunity to make a comeback at all. Couple of executes until does end up taking him out. Is it going to be Griff up next? Or is it going to be a Demon Hunter? Looks like it is going to be Griff up next, and Tell at least is aware that it is going to be Griff, at least giving him an opportunity to get himself a little bit of healing with that second wind. Parry, not available for Tell. Has a Trinket. Stormbolt coming back up very, very soon. Has Avatar. That's really about it. Immediately Trinkets, but it's immediate cheap shot out of Griff. He knew he was going to get a Trinket out of Tell, I think. He predicted it. And now he should be able to just hang around the pillar, stabbing him through him. Tal can't really respond whatsoever. Gouged by Griff. Does go for Zerkus, but he's already slow with that crippling poison, so there isn't much he can really do about it either. Maybe can somehow catch up. Maybe a random Stormbolt around the corner. Griff does try to see if he can back up out of the step-in right afterwards. That is going to be a slow by Tal stun onto Griff, blind to follow. So that is Griff committing quite a pretty big cooldown versus Tell right now. And has himself a shiv, building up calm points, but not really spending them on anything. There goes the stun. Now that he knows he doesn't have to deal with a Trinket at all. No sepsis though, just a secret technique, but that's really about it. Tell, question is though, he needs to get dots on a Griff in order to keep track of the rogue. He also needs to find a way to deal with him, but also needs a little bit of healing, needs cooldowns, got himself a parry technically, leaping in his Griff, goes in for a almost sneakily goes for a Shadow Step. Tell still has line inside of him, I think. No, dots are gone. Got him some Shadow Blades. Blazestorm immediately before he can go for a full kill shot. Maybe for Tell this opportunity. Parry up right now. Trying to see if he can avoid maybe a stun from Griff. Does go for the cheap shot. That is full burst. Tell, parry is available, but Griff Cloak of Shadows to avoid the Stormbolt. Might just have enough damage here. Tell with a little bit of a rally cry. Maybe gives him just a smidge of health to survive the sphere onto Griff right afterwards. I don't know if he's got an evasion or not. Tell, still ticking down with the dot damage. Disarm onto Griff for just a second. Does go for disarm of his own. Slow onto Griff. Shadow Meld. Tell, get a second with recovery. Wait, this is huge for Tell. Unless Griff goes out, they just randomly AoEs. I don't know if he can really do much. Blazestorm to follow him. Griff can't stun the guy. Might be low in health. Trying to see if he can get out of there. Griff, he knows he's right next to him. He knows he's still there. Cheap shot. Does he have a go? Trinket for Tell. Stun onto Griff. Needs a heal right now. Big bleeds are up onto Griff. Might be in a bad spot right now. If Tell can maybe capitalize on his bleeds, no, the blind does let him reset. Unless he's got a random leap. If it leaps in, Griff does end up forcing out the blind leap, and it's going to be yet another vanish. If he still has bleeds, Tell might be able to find him. Looks like he's scot-free out of those. Is able to escape. Tell, I think, does for himself probably a Rupture on, right? Yeah, probably does. Does end up taking out his totem, not his totem, but his banner very quickly. Another sepsis. Tell got nothing for this one, and it's over. All Griff had to do is whittle the guy out little by little, and eventually he would have enough, huh? Saz, my bat is up next. Flare down. Griff barely avoiding the flare. I'm actually surprised he avoided it. I felt like he was like, his foot, it was in there for just a moment, but I guess his hitbox wasn't. That is unfortunate. Saz might just have to pick up another set of ice here. Griff got himself a decent setup. Trinket not available though. Vanish not available, so Saz might just want to go for the eyes, honestly. You got about 20 seconds until Cloak of Shadows is back up, so maybe you might actually want to go super aggressive, but he has no idea. He has no idea what the cooldowns are for Griff. We have the idea. We have a bit of a knowledge in there. Unless Saz is peeping the stream and he knows that Griff is going to be standing behind the team stone. Maybe, maybe not. Picking up the eye, should be able to send the pets over to Griff immediately. Pets will know where he's at. If you target the Griff right now, there goes the pets. Should be able to get an opener. Scatter before the rogue can even get himself a proper go. Does go in for another stab. That's going to be a sack by the pets. Maybe that'll help on Saz. Stun onto Griff. Has himself a trinket. Have himself though vanish in a cloak very, very soon. Hunter's Mark needs to be applied immediately. Otherwise, the rogue can maybe just vanish out and bail out of there. Does still take damage though. The pets were chasing after him for just a minute. That shock him still keeping him out in the open. Saz definitely needs to go in for a Hunter's Mark on the guy whenever possible. It is going to force the rogue to press the cloak at some point, but if he uses vanish and a cloak together just to escape, that's a defensive gone and a retreat ability gone. So you actually is going to be in a better spot before. Sepsis, I think Saz, oh my god, that eviscerate! That eviscerate does so much damage. I'm just looking at his hold bar. I'm seeing that eviscerate just chopping through it. That is so rough, man. Oh my goodness. Max is gonna be up next. Oh, Marksman this time instead of Beast Mastery. Marksman did get buffed up this week, so hopefully Max. Is that an undead pet? That looks undead, right? If that is undead, does it immune gouges? I know that can immune fear. That might be able to immune. Or does it immune blind? I'm not sure. I know that undead pets can immune a fear, but I don't know if it's like all disorienting abilities or not. Stun onto Mexi, might be in a bad spot. Stun onto Griffcom, Hunter's Mark is available. Just check him rolling in, but a weapon disarm from Max cannot really do much. Having to pop defensives, needs to go for a full rapid fire on Griff at some point in the future though. Aim shot, maybe a rapid fire, doing a bit of damage. Big explosive, Griff is super low. Evasion shoot gave him plenty alive though. Max might have to go for a turtle here. Freeze under Griff, does have a trinket. Sniper shot is going to do a lot of damage. Probably trinket? No, not even a trinket out of the road. Kidney shot to follow. I think for Max is done. Wait, no, Griff does not have an answer. He doesn't have a defensive. Feign death for Max. Flare down, Griff is super low on health. Max does go for a camo. Griff is incredibly low. Cheat death is still available. Max might just have to keep the pet on Griff and go for turtle. Blind? Does the pet do enough damage? I don't think it does. Shiv really quickly. Max, I don't know what you can do in this situation. You have to find a way to get around Griff. The pet's still keeping him combat. Kill shot is all you need. Hold on a second. Vanish followed by the rogue. Cannot find him, cannot get him out unless you randomly flare him out in the open. That or place a trap in a good spot. Maybe you'll be okay. Traps surrounding Max Grid, depending how he goes in. He's trapped. He had a trinket. Unless he just bugged. It looks like he should have a trinket. Does have a trinket step. Kidney? I think Max is done. I think Griff does take it. That is such a close duel. Oh my goodness. I feel like if Max started sniper and then stopped and went turtle, I think Griff would have still pressed trinket. I think he wouldn't have let that sniper shot go all through. That's full cleave right now into Griff. Still alive, but an immolation aura I think should drop him. Maybe. Does get a cheat death. At least this time the game did allow him to have a cheat death. But Griff is not in a great spot. Any kind of dot would just end him right now. He's trying to see if he can use the mobility. Oh, it does get cleaved down by now though. That is unfortunate with Holy Siam. Second to last available over for the team 1. That's going to be now. Has to find a way to fight through Saya. The Demon Hunter and the Paladin are both going in fully health into this duel though at a 10-minute mark at a 57% dampener. Now just using Metamorphosis just to bail out of it. Doesn't want to find out how much damage Wings and the Shield of Vengeance are going to do. Dropping down Darkness. Trying to play this one super safe apparently. As now may need summon here. He needs to find a way to get through it. Get an immunity out of Saya, then retreat, then come back in right afterwards. At this high dampening, Saya might just have to press bubble really early. Now trying to use his own immunities as early as possible before he really drops down too much health. While Wings are active though, he's trying to be extra careful. Stun into Saya is going to be bubble immediately. Now he needs to find a way to escape. If you had yourself meta, or if you had immunity there, now would have been a good time. But Saya's just trying to see if he can take it down. Drop it down Sigil for just a second. Maybe he'll pick up a couple of souls. No, Saya just stun locks him, taking him out of the game with Musi. Lasso left or for the team 2, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup versus Saya. Pally still has himself a Blessing of Protection. I don't know if he'll be able to use that with Forbearance or not, as he goes in for Searing Glare, trying to buy himself as much time until Forbearance is back up or falls off of him and he can use any more of his other immunity. Shield of Vengeance, Musi not feeling all that good. Karma has already been used. Blessing of Protection can't stop a lot of the physical damage. Zoen is the only thing that can do a bit of decent damage to Musi, but I think right now Saya might just have him thrown in. The hammers might be enough. Needs one more big hit. Does get the big hit. One more hammer. Oh, he does end up taking it, bringing it back for his team. Took him a little, but does claw it back. Griff picking up 3 on his team, and Sad picking up 2. Well done, boys. Alrighty. Let's see. Do we got another one going, or are we done for the night? Let's see how the groups are doing.